Welcome to the KDFL Dynasty Football Podcast. It's me, Brett Still, and joining me again this week is Mr. Jonathan Detroit Haynes.
Yo, 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 what's up?
What's up? What's up? I have it on good authority that the Zenful one will possibly end his holdout next week. I think I looked it up. We have not had all three of us here for a show since episode 2. We did have
Wow.
the Thunder Buddies come in for an episode where we had three of us, but other than that, it's been pretty much duos
I,
all along.
I think
So
Matt's just using his kids as an excuse. He doesn't want to be on the show. That's what I get.
I get that. I get that.
It's been a bad
We
fantasy year. His all 64 of his teams are very bad this year. So,
so somebody look it up. I mean, spoiler alerts about to come up here, but I don't know if he was on after the last Battle of Florida as well earlier
oh,
in the season. So people are saying,
he's hiding in
people are
shame.
saying he's hiding in shame. But with that, so we can avoid any further spoilers, Detroit, take it away for the final recap of the KDFL 2024 season.
Yes, we start out with best friends taking on each other. I don't know, how do you say it? Dunbarnians? Is that a thing?
It's surely not it.
Okay.
Dumbardians.
All right. Well, anyways, the Cross Vegas Gamblers taking on the Rocks Atlanta Renegades as the Renegades trying to uh, keep that momentum going towards the playoffs. Well, he got huge games, and look at the players he got huge games from this week. Matthew Stafford, 23 points. Jared Goff, 26 points. And KDFL legend, Zach Bond,
It's a
22.
renegade wet dream.
Yes, 22 points. That is his eighth 20 plus point game of the season, which is outstanding. I wonder who he got him from.
No, it's truly
Anyways,
unbelievable. It's truly
yeah.
unbelievable.
The Gamblers, oh, they had to start AOC this week. Big 6 points. Never good. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize he had Mac Jones in his lineup. A wonderful 3 points. Not a good week. He did have Jordan Addison, who had 39 points. It just wasn't enough. As the Renegades are looking strong as the playoffs start next week, they win 247 to 220.
All right, let's get somber again. Here we go. We're headed to St. Albans next, where the Sinners are at 3-10, hosting the Commission's Evil Empire at 11-2. Jamar Chase leads all scorers in this one with 47 points and caps off an incredible regular season fantasy football performance. Tie that up with Justin Jefferson annihilating my poor Falcons secondary with 32 points of his own. And then KDFL original question mark now legend Juwan Jennings comes in third in points for the Evil Empire with an even 28 as he continues to flourish. Now let's look at the Sinners. Sam Darnold, best game of his life. Again, Falcons secondary, 40 points. Caden Ellis, Falcons linebacker. I don't know how he managed to get 20. Probably all those wide receiver tackles. And then McDuffie as well on the defensive side with 18 for the Sinners. I said Sam Darnold scored 40 points. That was almost 25% of the total points that the Sinners put up as the Evil Empire mercilessly took this God-forsaken Sinners, get it, team out back and shot it in the head, dead. That season is done. Evil Empire score the eighth most points in KDFL history as they win this one. I can't even 324 to 186. Goodbye to the 2024 Sinners.
Yeah,
Next.
goodbye. Hopefully, maybe. Well, never mind. Anyways, next we have another Battle of Florida as the Melbourne Mega Powers head north to take on the Nocatee End Masters. The Mega Powers in this league, you start 9 offensive players. Okay, every one of his offensive players had at least 14 points, except Kirk Cousins.
I just had
He
it.
only
No,
he came out with 8 points this week. You would have been
that's
better
so
off
bad.
starting Cooper Rush.
Oh, thought
Anyways,
about it.
The Zen Masters got a huge performance from Zach Charbonnet, who I think should be the starting running back for the
I
Seattle
can't believe you
Seahawks.
got Charbonnet right, just for the record.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we know
Also,
it. I know it's a common name, but how you didn't just hit us with a Charbonnet? I'm amazed. Well done, sir.
that reminds me, you got to just go back one time and just get all the clips of me just butchering names.
Oh
It
my
would
god,
be an
last week was
episode
one
in
for the
itself.
ages.
Yes, I don't even remember what it was, but that's all right. Anyways, his rookie quarterback, Caleb Williams, the number one pick in the draft, or no, the number two pick in our draft, with 16 points. Didn't get much from anybody else as the Mega Powers clinched first place and a win 237 to 224.
All right, now the next we're gonna go to the other game in the Crumb Bum Division. It is the Kanawha County Kings hosting the Midnight Riders. The Kings were scoreboard watching during this one. They needed a win and a Mega Powers loss to get that division title. But Tyreek Hill had something to say about that for the Midnight Riders with 28 points. Devontae Adams follows it up with 26, and Kyron Williams with 24. Mekhi McFadden leads all scorers with the Kings with 25. Josh Jacobs is a three-touchdown machine as of late. He has 25 of his own, another outstanding game. And Brock Purdy, with not much around him, just Kittle and Jennings for the most part, scores an impressive 24 points, but it was not to be as the Midnight Riders avoid the reverse Dunbar curse with the Crumbums as they get the spoiler win 262 to 246.
Nice. Next, we have the Wake Forest Lumberjacks coming back to West Virginia to take on my Elkview Riverettes, who are just trying to get this season over with. We had no Jaden Daniels this week because they had a bye, it should be criminal to have buys this late in the
Criminal.
season. Anyways, I had to start Devin Singletary in my second offensive player position. Got me a big whopping 1 point. Only players that really did anything was Jalen Waddle, 21. Chuba, I refuse to call him by his real name, Chuba. Hubbard with 21
Just
points.
say it.
I know. I refuse to say it, but I say it. As the Wake Forest Lumberjacks. Yeah, they started mid-car. He got him 12 points. Got a good game from Chase Brown, 24 points. But look at Puka Nakua. My man
Ridiculous.
went off 42 points as the Lumberjacks end my season 252 to 209.
All right. And for our week 14 final game of the week, it was the Dogtown Dobermans hosting the Hurricane Wampus Cats. Wampus
Wampus
Cats.
Cats.
All right, and we start off with the Wampus Cats on the defensive side. Deshaun Elliott leads all scorers with them with 22. Kyler Murray with a very weird 18 points for the Wampus Cats. And Taylor Rapp with 17 wraps up the top three scorers for the Wampus Cats. And then you want to talk about a performance for the ages. 3 passing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns. Josh Allen with 55 points. Absolutely dominant performance. Joe Burrow lights up the Cowboys secondary with 27 points of his own on Monday Night Football. And finally, Ernest Jones, the fourth, with 19 points. And the Wampus Cats desperately needed a win to get into the playoffs. It was not to be as the Dobermans put a big old stamp on the end of their season as they win 258 to 211 and go into the playoffs with the bye at 10-4. And that is it for your week 14 into the regular season KDFL results.
All
All
right.
right.
I got a couple little tidbits for you. Let's see if you know these or know
Oh
this.
God.
All right, going into the playoffs, what franchise has the longest current winning streak? Without
What do
looking,
you mean?
don't look. Who's got the most wins in a row?
Okay, it's not the evil empire.
Don't be
It's
looking at
me.
that. It is you.
It's gotta
Three.
be.
Three
It's only
games.
3.
It's only three.
The Renegades lost, right? Was my last one.
Yeah, they're on a 2 game win streak. So yeah.
The Renegades loss was my last one, I think. Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
okay, here's 2 other things. All right.
Three
There,
is crazy.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
I thought.
That's that gambler's upset of the evil empire is the only reason I
Of
knew.
course, the Senators have the biggest, longest losing streak at 9 games. But anyways, who do you think made the most moves this
They were
season?
3-2.
Apparently
Senators were
so.
3-2. That's crazy. Okay.
Who do you think made the
Sorry.
most moves this season? Meaning,
Yeah,
picking
yeah.
up somebody.
Transactions.
Yes.
Are they in the playoffs?
Yes, they are.
Okay. I'm gonna go Kings.
Is the Roxalana Renegades with
Really?
45 moves. Yes.
I wonder if, this doesn't mean nothing to do with that because I mean they were just as active as anybody else. Does the transactions count trades? I don't know if
I
it
don't
does or
know.
not.
I don't know. All right. Now there's two teams tied for
Just
the
a
least
curious
amount of
question.
moves.
Um,
One is a playoff team and one is not. This one kind of surprised me.
Evil Empire is least.
Nope.
Lumberj, no, there's no chance. Kings is least.
It's not actually, you're going to go ahead and guess the entire league, so I'm just
No,
going
no,
to
no. Yeah, go ahead and tell me. No, give me the playoff least.
the Dobermans was
Okay, I
16,
knew it had to be a team that scored well.
and the Lumberjacks are just above them at 17,
Okay,
which is surprising because I feel
that's
like
just surprising because he's known as a meddler, as they would say.
and of course, the losing team, the
It's gonna be
non-playoff team.
gamblers.
No, it's the Centers.
Well, okay.
Yeah, both them and the Dobermans only made 16 moves throughout the season.
16 moves is a crazy work in this league with
Yeah.
this many people.
Okay, that's all I got for. I just
What
wanted to
was it?
throw that
Let
out
me
there.
see. Let me see all moves on my part here. This is gonna. We only have 4 games to predict, so this is gonna be as if you were coming in here expecting hardcore. I mean, Lumberjacks was 7. Yeah, okay. I only had 30. I guess it's. I guess it's not because the lineups are so big, but the waiver wire is so
Yeah.
small. 45. The Zip Masters were 38, and 27 of them was Ryan Tannehill and Trey Lance.
The Renegades
Okay.
one does not surprise me, actually, now that I think about it. He is very active, which
I mean,
is I
I'm not
like.
trying to kiss his ass too much, but because I did it last time. But I mean, we did early on in the season do segments on. It's time to end this. Like the
Yeah.
window's done, and he
Yeah.
completely rebounded. His players responded because remember the whole preseason was get golf and redraft, get golf and redraft. He's never outdoors, and it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And then golf started slow, and then he just absolutely caught fire.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
So big props to that. Okay. You want to talk some NFL?
Let's talk some NFL. Let's go Thursday night football last week. Come on, man. Lions and Packers. What do you think of my boy, Dan Campbell?
It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I
I
hate
don't.
it. I hate it because, and it's going to be revisionist. It's going to be reactionary. You say, "Oh, it worked," but okay. Here's my question. I guess did it come out today that golf wanted to go for it?
Yes, yes, he did.
Is
He
that what
asked to be
I
part.
saw? Like I was busy today, but I heard like some news. Like
Yeah, he
imagine
did.
it must have been Pat McAfee. I guess it was
He,
like
he's on the sideline
imagine if
saying,
he.
"Let's go, let's go, let's go."
Okay, then it's
Here,
not. It's still pretty dumb, but I
but
mean Lamar and Harbaugh do that, so we can't.
here's why I didn't mind it. And okay, there was like 42 seconds left or something like that. You
Yeah.
kick it, you make it. They get the ball back with 38 seconds probably. They're going to get it out to 30. So basically you need to get 30 yards, 30, 35 yards. That defense in that second half was awful. We had a bunch more injuries after all the other injuries. So I kind of
Okay.
see it.
Okay. Let me ask you this: if you're not injured, do you think he still does that?
Knowing him, he probably does. Did you
Then I have a
see?
problem with it. I get that logic, but then I have a,
Did
and
you
I
see?
hate it because no one loves going for it more than like I don't. I want to ban field goal kickers for crying out loud.
I think Saban on McAfee said that he would prefer to do that too. Always, if your offense can win the game without the other team ever getting the ball back, you got to
I
do it.
just didn't look at that like that's not Patrick Mahomes on the other side. Like
Yeah,
that's not. And okay, let me do another scenario where the defense is healthy and he does it. Is there not a point where the defense is like, "What the hell, man? You don't
yeah.
think we could stop?" You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
yeah. I did have an issue, and it was the only time they went for it on fourth down and didn't get it because they went 4 for 5. Was then when they were up by 3 and they went for it on their own 30-yard line. That
Is
was
that when
stupid.
Montgomery got stuffed?
Yes.
Okay,
Well,
and,
he
I
got
mean,
stuck. He got stopped on the third one too before that last play. But
okay,
yeah,
yeah, he did. No, he
Yeah,
got like this was a fourth
I,
down
I
tournament.
think that was
He
the
got
one where
hit.
they pitched it outside or something.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
yeah, that was stupid.
Um, no, I mean I'm just doing like all the nightmare scenario. I mean, I guess you could do it. You can like do hypotheticals all day long. I mean, it worked, so you get it. You get the
But
flowers.
the thing is like, okay, it works now, but when we get to the playoffs, I mean, if you have another thing that happens like last year in San Francisco, okay, everyone's going to be on you now.
I'm just picturing the scenario where you end up in the NFC Championship in Philadelphia because you did that.
Yeah,
Like that's
yeah.
how big of dominoes I'm thinking about. Like you're the one. I don't even know how legit of a knock this is anymore. It kind of feels like I need to see some numbers on it because it kind of feels like look at me relate stuff back to the Falcons on accident. But it kind of feels like the Kirk Cousins primetime thing where people still somewhat try to say it even though it's long been like disproven. Is the golf outside thing still a thing? I don't know.
Uh, he's had one really good game, I think, this year that was outside. Because I remember
Okay, I
someone
feel
in
like
Discord kept tweeting or messaging about it.
okay. I feel like it's not. I feel like he has
No,
kind of dissuaded that, but still, Philadelphia on the road in the playoffs would be a
I,
nightmare. So.
and I think the Lions are 9-2 in primetime games with Dan Campbell, so that's pretty good. But anyways, all right, we can get off the Lions because I know everybody else is probably fed up with me talking about it. So we have to touch the next biggest game of the week, right there in Tennessee, the Jaguars and the Titans. No, I'm just kidding. Like, can you imagine being at that
I'm
game?
going to tell you that I don't know if I saw. I did see a snap on the. We were at, for the record, me and Zenful one were in Tampa for Raiders and Buccaneers,
Yeah,
another classic. But NFL games are so like fickle because if you look at that box score and it looks terrible, like the Raiders were right there in it. They were going battle for
yeah.
battle, and then it's just like two plays, boom, boom, just like that. And it's similar as for the
For the Falcons was the same way until the
it was
fourth quarter.
it. Like when that DB falls down, it's 14-13, and it's
Yeah,
3rd and 8. Darnold's in the pocket. It's like you got him down. And he gets away. The DB falls. I don't understand it. Ray McLeod then fumbles. It's just, but that is the NFL. Like you can't
yeah,
complain all year long about it was just this play, just that play. But that is what it is. Like that is the
yeah.
deal. So props to your co-owner Keith. I mean, an amazing game to go to. As much pain as it caused me, I could not imagine being there for that game. I mean,
I
but what does it just get you Darnold forever? Is that what
I
just
don't
happened?
know. I don't know, but you got those two receivers that they got in Minnesota. It's like you have a
Addison's
decent,
come alive, which was weird. He
yeah.
disappeared. It was weird.
Just having a decent quarterback makes a huge difference when you got those kind of weapons.
And it's the golf
But
situation. It's the same thing.
yeah, yeah, definitely. It's it's crazy to me that the Lions are 12-1 and they have no breathing room
That is nuts.
because the
Not even in the
Vikings and
division,
Eagles.
hardly.
Yeah, they still technically, even if they lose this week, it does not matter. They're still the number one seed, even if the other two teams win.
Okay, that's
Is
comforting
it?
because then isn't after that, it's not bad.
Well, they got the
3 games.
Bears,
What's your last
Niners,
three?
Bears,
Oh,
Niners,
nice.
and then Vikings come to us.
All right, let's transition. Are you good to go? Falcons. I don't know if we're staying on Vikings Falcons real quick. We're gonna go from Vikings to Falcons. I don't know. Do you go Penix? I don't know. Like Raheem Morris might be too nice. I think that's a problem. Um,
Well, I mean, you're still
Kirk can't
fighting for a
move.
playoff, so I mean, do you
He can't move
just? Yeah, he makes some bad throws too, man.
because he can't move. He
Well,
can't move, and you can't not move now in the today's NFL. You cannot be a statue anymore. Like
yeah,
golf, at least move. Doesn't golf roll out occasionally?
yes, yes.
I
They'll
can't
even
think of a
run once in a
quarterback
while.
that never rolls out.
Yeah, me either. A lot of times quarterbacks roll out before they should roll out.
Yeah, I'm like that. I don't know if this matters worth a damn, but I'm like that in Madden and incident. Like I just immediately roll out ever since I snap it. I don't know why. But I don't know. Penix, I got. I don't care about the Cousins contract. It is what it is. I just want to win. But the schedule is like I need the Chargers to beat the Bucks very badly, and I think they can. Like the Bucks have not looked good these last 2 weeks, but they've won. Um, Barely beat the Panthers, who are playing better, and then the Raiders. I'm telling you, the Raiders for what the offense they rolled out there, they did not look terrible. But the Falcons' last four games are um, Raiders, which is on Monday Night Football, which I don't understand how that was ever going to be.
And two games on Monday night again.
Thank God for
Weird.
two games. I can hide a little bit. But Raiders, then the Giants, then the Commanders. That's our big tough one. That's our version of Bucks Chargers. And then the Panthers in Atlanta, which the Panthers are getting tougher. I get it. But, I mean, we
They're
almost
winning
have to
ball
go 4 and
games.
0.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
You have to win three at least. Three gets you to 9 and 8. Not great. But,
Yeah,
okay. Where are we going to next? Oh,
I've got to go to
um,
go ahead.
the Niners, right? Is that what I was going to?
Sure, you can go there. I was going to go Bills
Niners
Rams.
win and look exactly like I thought they were going to win. I thought they were going to dominate the Bears. I knew it, and they did it. But their division odds went from plus 1100 to plus 1750.
It's crazy. I'm still this is how
it's
crazy I am. We got the Bills this week, and I'm still more worried about the Niners in a few weeks.
it's an NFC Championship.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well,
Quarterback.
and it's in San Francisco, and I don't know. I still think that the Niners can make some noise.
Well, yeah, I think the division's very tough because it's running out of time, and this is I know why. Like I'm not dumb. I know why the division odds went up, even though they won. It's because the Seahawks won as well. If the Cardinals would have won and pulled that division closer together, it'd been
Yeah,
different. The Rams, right? Rams won as well, so that's why the odds went up. But
that's a scary team.
if you loved them at plus 300 or plus 100, and then plus 300, and then plus 1100, how can you not be obsessed with them at plus 1750?
Well, put that down. Do it.
I might have to put that down. Just keep going. Um,
How about them Rams and Bills, man? That was a great game to watch.
it was Puka Nakua. It's
It's
just
crazy.
tremendous.
The dude's a nuts.
It's just that sideline catch was the best catch of the day, I think. Um, but yeah, I'm scared of the Rams. I'd be scared of the Rams, yeah.
I am definitely scared of the Rams.
Um, but I mean, y'all handled the Rams
Yeah, but
last year.
we beat them this year, but I don't think they were completely healthy when we played them. I could be wrong, but I don't think we played them week one, didn't we? Yeah.
You mean the playoffs?
Well, I mean, I know we beat them in the playoffs, but we played them week one this year. And
Oh yeah, you did.
oh, they did have Puka Nakua in the game and Cooper Cup.
Doesn't
Okay.
that seem like forever ago?
Yeah, it does.
Um,
But
yeah,
yeah. Oh well. The only other game I guess you can talk about the Chargers and Chiefs. How the Chiefs keep winning, I don't understand.
yeah.
It's it's crazy to me.
That's
But
just like dumb. Like that one was just dumb luck. Like that was.
yeah, but don't they have like they've lost one game, but their point differential is only like 50 some points or something ridiculous?
That is correct. Let me see here. But I mean, that could go two ways because is this like the team that just knows how to win and figures out a way to win, or is this like the Eagles that one year where they go 2-10 and whatever, 10-1, and then get bounced early? The Vikings that year that they kept winning for clean
Oh yeah, I
point flip
remember that.
games and lost to Daniel Jones, right? That's Daniel Jones's problem.
Yeah.
Um, they have a plus minus differential of 56. The Chargers are plus 70. The Broncos are plus 71. The Steelers are plus 85.
Look at the
And
Bills
the
and
Bills plus
Lions.
129. What are the Lions? Where are the Lions? Where are they at? Plus 183.
It's insane.
What?
It's
Um,
not.
the Falcons minus 55. God bless it, everyone.
Oh, could be worse.
Uh,
Could be the Panthers at minus
I just
155.
want to make the playoff. I don't care what happens. I just want to make
Yeah, I
and
get it.
see what Penix has, and we'll go from there. Um, okay. I'm trying to think of what else. Did you watch The Simpsons or did you watch it regular?
No, I turned it on for like a minute. I was like, I can't do this. I'm like the old man now. Well, we all know I have no joy anyways, but to see something like that, I was like, oh, this is awful.
I was
I
not
know
allowed
people
to.
loved it.
I thought it was hilarious, the parts of it.
Yeah.
I had well, I had one problem is that it was very far behind.
Yeah, that's
It
what I
was
heard.
about 3 or 4 real time plays behind, which is
Oh,
tough
well.
in fantasy. And if you're in the Discord chat, which the chat wasn't going too hard, but for this, but also I was not allowed to watch The Simpsons growing up. It was too adult. I wasn't allowed to watch Ren and Stimpy growing up. It was too adult.
Oh, my parents were the same way, but it was like other stuff.
What
But
was it like? Howdy Doody or but
whatever, man. I couldn't watch Happy Days, all right?
you're joking, right?
No, I'm dead serious. My parents were hardcore, man.
Why could
Anyways,
I'm trying to think what happens on Happy Days?
I don't know. They were just,
The Fonz.
yeah. I honestly don't
Nuts.
know. I don't remember.
I'm not even writing
But
down clues. You can tell I'm in end of season mode. I'm not even writing down clues.
um dang it, I was gonna say something now you made me forget.
Man,
Oh well.
at least it just says, "Oh well." Um, you could tell.
Yeah,
Well, we could tell we're in the end of the season. Just like, yeah.
for
How's your
sure.
weather? Hold on. It's
We've got snow, a little bit of snow today.
very cold here. It's supposed to get 46.
Oh, I feel for you.
Yeah. All right. I'm trying to think of anything else. The NFL. Do you think the Cowboys bring back McCarthy?
Yes, because their owner's an idiot. Like, I don't understand. Like, Cowboy fans have to just be completely miserable. Like, how you see what your owner does and says, and it's like, are we serious?
I think
This
having
is,
a terrible owner would be one of the worst things.
oh,
You
I
can't
know
fire
all
that guy.
about that. Yeah.
You cannot fire the owner. So, um, I also have another thought. Like this weird thing about you have to pay Brock. Like you don't have to pay him record-setting money.
What?
Brock, I'm jumping to the Brock
Uh,
contract talk
I was like, we're talking about the
because I
Cowboys.
meant to
You
hit
with
it.
the,
I meant to hit it when we talked about the Niners. I missed it, but there's no rule. Like there is middle ground here.
yeah.
Like you pay him, give him the Trevor contract, a little bit below around the Trevor contract,
And NFL contracts aren't real anyways. The salary cap isn't real.
right? But
It's
he would sign a Trevor contract. I mean, he knows, right? He knows to an extent. Like he has to know he's not Brock Purdy in Tennessee.
yeah, but I think, football's such a short career. You got to get your money when you can.
Okay, we're talking like it's like a running back mantra, but we're talking like
I know, but
45 million versus 49 million or whatever. I don't know.
yeah, but this guy's been playing on like the cheapest
Yes.
contract
And
ever.
or to live where he lives. Yeah.
I mean, pay the man.
No,
Look what
I
he's
think they
done.
will. I think they
Yeah.
will. I mean, he's doing it now without. I mean, he looked great last week, and it was. I mean, I know he had Kittle, but he had no. Remember, my big thing was Trent Williams is out. Everybody turns into a pumpkin on that offense. He did not. I know it's the Bears D and whatever. Like the Bears D's not been what it has been in even this season. It was way better earlier on in the season. But um, but I mean, he just had Kittle and he just had. I mean, Debo. I don't know what that is now.
Yeah, I don't either. He drops a lot of passes. That's all I know.
He just doesn't have the burst. Doesn't have the explosiveness anymore. Um. Okay. Anything else from the NFL? I'm trying to think about
No. We got tonight's matchup with the Niners and the Rams. That's going to be a good one.
other three wildcard teams right now. Nice job with it tonight. Vikings. Order these three. The three wildcard teams: Vikings, Commanders, and Packers. In terms of your fear, 1 through 3.
Oh, Vikings won because of their defense. I
That's
know
good.
they I know they got the offense, but they have a really pretty good defense. Um, so it leaves the Commanders and who? The Packers?
Yeah, it's hard for you to be scared of the Packers right now, isn't it? Because
Yeah, but they've played us tight. Um, I guess I would go. The Commanders are such an unknown with Jaden Daniels. I think I would still put Packers above them though.
I have a fear of running quarterbacks,
I do too.
like an unrealistic fear. Like, like in my head, when my team plays them, they are unstoppable. Like,
Yeah.
I know it's not true, but like it's just it's always been a fear, like in my head. So I am more scared of the Commanders than most people might be, just because he runs. Interesting. All right. That's it. NFL talk. I was just curious. Um, you ready? KDFL.
Yeah, let's do it.
Playoff time, baby. Let's first throw up our week 14 results up on the big board. You and I, sir, were perfect to end the regular season at 6-0. Matt at 4-2. So I end the regular season at 57-27. Matt at 53-31. You at 46-38. NFL picks. We all three missed the NFL side. Um, you had the Cardinals -2.5 against Seahawks. Matt had New Orleans -5 against the Giants, and I had Kansas City -4 versus the Chargers. That was bad. Me and you, however, hit our totals as you went over on the Buffalo LA Rams game. Almost one team almost did that on their own, and then I went over on the San Francisco and Chicago over 44. Matt finished just under on the Cincy Dallas game at 49.5. So you still lead the way. 15, 12, and 1. Matt at 14 and 14. And me at 13, 14, and 1. So all of us hovering. You got a pretty good 3 games above 500. Matt's at 500. I'm 1 game down. So, all right. Back to us now. Let's start us off here. Let me get to where I want to get and share this screen. This always goes well for me. Always very smooth.
Excuse me.
Hold on. And I'm gonna have to fix this for the next time because I remember we talked about this. All right, let me know when you could see the matchups.
I can see it, but I have one issue.
What is that?
I need to run upstairs real quick.
You can run upstairs.
All right, sorry.
I will talk with the people
You do that.
as I prepare this. You guys think? Let's come in for a chat here for a second. I think we're cursed because of what we did to Matt Ryan. I think we had our best player in all time, and we let him go. Sweet, beautiful, innocent Matthew Todd Ryan, May 17th, 1985, born Philadelphia. I think we're cursed because we cast him aside for an evil man, and that we did not get. And then that gave us Mariota, and then that gave us Ritter. Now we have Kirk Cousins who can't even move. I think we're
All right,
cursed.
sorry.
Matt Ryan cursed. Oh, welcome back, Detroit. All right. Detroit is back. Now, okay, we have our first game up. This again is, I think, the third time I'm seeing this game this year. Might only be the second. I don't even know. Because I can't remember if they're in the same. Yes, they are in the same. This is the third godforsaken time we've had. It's right there on the screen, Brett. Look,
Yeah.
your boy's back is completely out. All right, I can't even move right now, so it is
Oh,
affecting
God.
me in multiple.
Are you pulling a Dave Portnoy right now?
I feel like when you think of hurt backs, who do you think of? I don't know if you think of the same player in that sport.
I was gonna say Andre the Giant, but
That's a good one. I like that. I like that.
I don't know.
I think of Tracy McGrady
Oh yeah, yeah.
because and then not even talking because of the magic or whatever. I just remember him looking so painful out there, all the time. Oh, Shawn Michaels, another good one. Because his back's done and this turnbuckle bumps he
Yep.
does. Oh, brutal. But what I'm saying is, it's right here on the screen that this is the third matchup, and I just chose to ignore that. All right, we're looking at the picks. Let's go, Matt. Detroit, we're gonna kind of do what we do and pick something that we're looking at for this matchup.
Okay. We can
This
do that.
is the Golden Mid competition. We need to hype it up. This is the 9 seed versus the 12. 4 teams on by in the KDFL. It is 4 games a week for the next 2 weeks, and then the final week is just 3 games that we will be talking about as teams' entire seasons begin to end. So this is the Gamblers and Sinners' last chance to make something of this season. Winner of this Golden Mid, I guess we're going with Derek Carr Trophy, gets the 25th overall pick in the 2025 KDFL draft. So that is literally substantial. It was Blake Corum last year. For me, I think Hendon Hooker the year before. I don't know. It's I can't remember. I remember Hendon
All right.
Hooker was the steal of the draft. I don't remember if he was that pick. I'm telling you,
Yes.
your boy is struggling right now.
Okay. So,
But give us something that you're looking forward to in this matchup.
all right. So looking at the gamblers, Jordan Addison, he had a huge game last week. Two out of his last 3 weeks, he scored at least 30 points. He
Was Hendon.
scored,
Sorry.
huh?
It was
Oh,
Hendon Hooker. Sorry.
okay. Week 12 against the Bears, he had 30. Last week against the Falcons, he had 39. He is playing the Bears again this week, and he is averaging 15 points a game, and they project him to get 15. Do you see him going over? This game is in Minnesota, so he will not be outside. So
The inside in the dome. Stupid horn. Um, I
I
mean, he's
love
gone
that
about
horn.
half of his game so far. I'm gonna go under because it looks like he's doing every other thing.
Yeah,
Hard to follow that up. It's hard to follow that game up he just had.
uh, I still think he's going to get more than 15 points, so I'm going with the over. Looking at the centers who are just, I mean, I don't know. How do you pick anybody on this team? Um, Good grief, you got Zeke out there as your running back. Let's go with, my God, let's go with Sam Darnold, I guess. Also going against the Bears. He's projected to have 22 points. He's only averaging 20 on this year. Do you see him going over or under?
I might go under on this because again, it's the same thing with it's the same thing with Addison.
I don't know. I think I'm going to see another Sam Darnold like 4 touchdown game. So I'm going to say over. I think they're going to kill the Bears. As for my pick, I think the Gamblers complete the hat trick and beat the Sinners for a third time this year.
Man, we should have had a name for this, like the I don't know, the Addiction Bowl or something. It's the Gamblers versus the Sinners. We should have caught that
Oh,
before the third one. That's awful. I'm gonna do real quick. I'm gonna give a little bit of flowers to the Gamblers here. Their last three games, we're talking about putting up 280, talking about putting up 229, and then 220. So when you're this, and we're gonna talk about with other teams as well, especially in the mid tournament. When you're these teams that the season has been a struggle, this is exactly what you want to see. Scoring well as your rookies have gotten more experience, scoring well as you're going into the end of the season. So shout out, gamblers on that. As for the picks, the Zenful one has went gamblers. I am going to go gamblers as well. It would be true center fashion to come out from the shadows now and actually put up a lot of points now that there's something to play for instead of it being more beneficial to lose. I don't get throw out the T word to people, but I could see the Sinners putting up a fight. I do think it's going to be closer than the projections, but I also think both teams are going to go well over those projections. So we shall see. Next, let's go to the podcast battle. It is the Zenful one
ooh.
traveling to Oakview. This is what would this be? This would be the 10 and the 11 seats.
I need you to refresh the page though.
Refresh the page. This man is making roster moves as we speak.
I forgot to put Jaden Daniels back in the lineup.
What a miss. It's a little bit of a projection change there. All right, now we're north of 20 points projection difference. Detroit, take it away.
All right, for the Zen Masters, let's go with Mr. Oh no, he's projected at 0. I was gonna say head case George Pickens,
Yeah, he's
but
not
since
likely to
he's
play.
let's go with the number one fantasy tight end this year, rookie Brock Bowers. The game you guys were at, he kind of had a down game. I think he only had 3 catches.
Yeah, it was
Uh,
weird.
yeah. He is projected for 16 points, and that's what he's averaging. Will he do it against your Atlanta Falcons?
I'm gonna go over on this. I don't unless there's a reason why Mayer got so much love. I don't understand. Desmond Ritter is the problem. But I think he'll do it. I think he'll get in the end zone for one. Um, I know he hasn't got as many. I know he hasn't got the touchdowns. He's got a ton of receptions and a ton of yards, but I think he does get in the end zone against us once. So yeah, Brock Bowers, give me over.
Nice. All right. I also think he's going to go over, means I have picked over on all 3 of them so far. As for me, let's go with Jameer Gibbs, little homer pick here, the Lions. He's averaging 18 points a game this year. He's projected at 17. I expect this game to be a shootout with him getting some catches. Do you see him going over 17 points?
Yeah, I'll go over on that as well.
I'm going to also say he's going to go over because I could see him getting like 4 or 5 catches in this game with a TD. As
Yeah.
for the matchup, obviously I'm picking myself.
Obviously.
I've got to, I've got to take down the Zen Masters. I've got to get closer to this the golden mid trophy, so I can win it and destroy the other trophy.
Zipper won for the first time all season. Apparently. Let me make sure I don't have this wrong. For the first time all season. Yes, Zen Masters getting the W. He is now locked into the postseason tournament. Um, he has the Zen Masters winning. I'm looking at this. He'll put somebody in for Pickens. Who gets in for Pickens? My God. Michael Wilson, probably. I don't know. It's very tough. I just have to go with Jaden Daniels. No. I want the Zen Masters because Caleb's in Minnesota, and you can throw in Minnesota some. You can do okay. Kirk had a lot of yards, no touchdowns. Yeah, let me get the Zen Masters just to differentiate a little bit here. Getting the W. There's not a lot of science behind that, if you can imagine. All right, next, let's flip over to the KDFL championship side. Again, the Evil Empire at 12-2. They're on bye. The Dobermans at 10-4 also earned themselves a bye. And what did I get for coming one game short of the bye? I got what I would imagine is my worst matchup possible to go again. It's the Kings taking on the Mega Powers, the Dunbar on Dunbar violence in the first round of the playoffs. Oh, this is not great. This is not great. Detroit, take it away.
Yes. Let's go for the Kings. Let's talk about Marvin Harrison Jr., who was the number one pick in the KDFL draft this year. He is currently the 29th fantasy wide receiver, averaging 12 points a game, and he is projected to average or to get 12 points against the Patriots. They are at home this week, so they're not in New England. Do you see him getting over that? I don't think let's see. He's only gone over 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. And this is week 15.
Um, I do. I see him going over because the Patriots, and they're at home, and the Patriots are not the defense that we grew up with. So yeah, I do see them. I do see him going over.
I'm
I don't
actually,
love that the number one pick overall is touchdown dependent right now.
yeah.
To be good.
I'm going to go under. I'm going to have to, I haven't picked an under yet, so I'm going to go under on this one. Looking at your mega powers. Mega powers. Let's go Anthony Richardson.
All right.
He's averaged 14 points this year. He's projected to get 16. He's going to be in the Mile High City of
Oh, yeah.
Denver. Will he have enough oxygen to reach 16 points?
There's only one thing I know for sure on this matchup or on this game. There will be one ball that is overthrown by at least 30 yards in this game that he's going to crank back in that mile high air and let it rip. And it is going to look like the old Michael Vick commercials with the launching the football out of the stadium because he's not going to be able to control it and it's going to be comically bad. With this, I mean, he's been over it, easily over it. Two of the last three, and the one he didn't, he had 13, and that was against Detroit, which he looked good in that game, but just didn't connect on a few crucial passes. I'm gonna go over for Mr.
I,
Richardson.
I'm going under.
You hate him though. You don't like him.
No, it's
I think he could be quantified as a hater of Richardson.
really. I
I don't
think,
know.
I don't say, I don't think I've ever really
We're looking
talked
for
bad about
bulletin
him.
board material at the moment.
Okay, yeah, he just sucks. I can't stand him. As for the game, I'm going to go with the Kings. I want to tell the KDFL listeners I was threatened. My life was threatened that if I picked the Mega Powers, that I would be murdered, and so would my family. So I cannot
Man,
pick them.
family. What the heck?
So I'm taking the Kanawha County Kings.
Um, okay, here's the deal. These two matchups, if you add up these two scores from previous matchups, the Kings, if you add up their scores, have scored 522.24. The Mega Powers have scored 522.1. Between the two matchups, the scores combined, there is a difference of 0.14 points. That is insane when you're scoring, north of 220 in one matchup and north of 290 in another. Truly unbelievably close. Um, I think if either of us could pick, we would not want this to be the first round matchup. We would want, teams that we've only seen once. Um, but I don't think we'll go to the 290s again. Everybody's at full strength again. But I do think you're going to have to get 250 to 260 to win this game. Um, Looking at the matchups, he is green across the board on almost every offensive matchup. Worry about CeeDee Lamb's health. Now that the season's done. So one little tweak, and you don't want to keep rushing CeeDee Lamb out there. Um, I think Josh Jacobs scares me to death versus Seattle. Jacoby Myers versus Atlanta. We are trash now, especially on defense. And
Make a
Purdy's look
pick.
greght.
Make a
I gotta
pick.
break these down. This is a KDFL championship, and I'm here for the first time since 2020 or since 2019. Um, on my side, Tua's got to keep rolling hot. I don't know what to make of Pacheco, and we need some more dump offs to Connor. I'm going with the mega powers. I can't not pick us
I
in
mean,
this matchup, but I do not love this draw. But
all right.
we will rally the troops, and we will come to play. Now, next, final matchup. This is a good one. This is the Wake Forest Lumberjacks. The surprise of the playoff teams. No, I would
Yeah,
think the
absolutely.
surprise of the playoff teams for sure. Um, and the Roxanne Renegades, who, as we said at the top, started off slow, came back with a vengeance, and finished very strong.
Yes.
They were 1-3, right? The Renegades were 1-3 at one point.
I believe so.
Okay, so if they're 1-3, that means they're 8-2 in the last 10. It's beautiful, incredible.
I'm just agreeing. I have no
I'm
idea.
pretty sure they were 1-3.
But anyways, the Lumberjacks are a 1 point underdog,
Yeah.
actually about a half a point, but they also lost by more than 50 in their only matchup in week 5. Looking at this team, how could I not highlight Bryce Young, since that was a big trade during the offseason and we were told he was going to be what, a top 10 or top
Top
5?
five, brother.
Top
He finished just
5.
shy of that. He's ranked 32nd.
I tell you what, I have watched him a lot the last few weeks. He does look more comfortable. His completion percentage is still a little low, but I think he's actually seeing the defense a lot better. Uh, he is averaging 10 points a game, but they have him projected for 15 points this week against that amazing Dallas Cowboys defense. Do you see him going over 15?
I'm gonna go under on this. I'm not trying to hate on Bryce Young because it's been a good story, but a good comeback story from the benching and everything. He has looked solid. I am very leery of these games where there's no reason to push the gas.
I'm with you also. I think he's going to go under that. Um, for the Renegades, I mean, this guy, his two favorite quarterbacks of all time basically are on his team, Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff. Let's go. Let's go. I got to be a little selfish here. Let's go Jared Goff. He averages 18 points a game. He's projected 17. He's taken on the Bills. Do you think he will go over that?
Yes, give me over 17. Yeah, give me over.
Yes, I also will go with that.
Yeah.
As for picking this game,
I almost like that so much that I don't want to pick it because I like it too. Also, Renegades confirmed 1-3, so 8-2 in their
uh,
final 10. Very nice.
um, I'm I'm gonna go with the Renegades in this one. I also think it's gonna be a close game, um, but I think that they're gonna edge it out.
Um, the Zimper one has went with the Renegades. I don't want to be disrespectful to the Lumberjacks because it has been an amazing story. Nobody gave them a chance. When we end the season, we'll compare where we thought that they started to where these teams ended up as far as like the power rankings. But the Renegades have a lot to play for. How last season ended by not getting into the playoffs, in the way they didn't make it in, and then losing in the consolidation tournament that they didn't even want to be in, to now storming into the playoffs seemingly this year. I think they're going to keep rolling. I think they're going to meet the Dobermans in the next round, and no, they're going to meet the Evil Empire in the next round. My apologies, and go from there. So it is a Renegade sweep to us. That is our only consensus game. So good material for the Lumberjacks. All right, that is it. The
All
four
right.
games makes it easier. That is it for your KDFL week 4. What we got here? Week 4, or sorry, playoff week 1 predictions. All right. So it feels weird to end so quickly to wrap it up like this, but Detroit, give us your picks and your
All
beautiful
right.
sign off, sir.
I'm going to take the Bengals -5 versus the Titans, and I'm going to take the over 45.5 with the Buccaneers and Chargers. And it's been a great season. Thank you all for watching. I know we still have more episodes, so keep watching. And God bless. And Brett, you suck.
3 more episodes left, confirmed. So if we look at what the Zenful ones have given us here, he's going Rams +3 on Thursday night versus the Niners. An odd pick for a man that has a Niners win a division future bet, but okay. And he has the Jets and Jags, which he will be in attendance for, going under 40.5. I have not made my selections yet. So I'm looking at this. Give me those Chargers -2.5 with Tampa Bay. And then let me get the over 43.5 with the Bears and the Vikings. And let me stop sharing now that we did all the picks and all the stuff and come back to our beautiful faces at the end. Playoffs week 1 are here. We'll obviously cover the results of predict playoffs round 2 next week. Detroit, it's here. It's nervous time. Let's get going. I'm excited to see how it ends. So, for
Good
the
luck.
Simple One, Matt Smith, for Mr. Jonathan Detroit Haynes, I'm Brett Steele, and we will see you here next week right here on the KDFL Dynasty Football Podcast.